Hello, I'm Alyssa and welcome to my channel. I think I will be making this channel about my concert experience. I go to a lot of those, and as you can tell by the title of this video, I just recently went to the Shawn Mendes concert in Nashville, and that was on Monday, and I'm really sad that it's over now because we had been waiting since September to see it. Well, we waited since September of last year to go to the concert this year. And so we were waiting about 300 something days, and it finally came close to it. Now it's all over, and I'm just really sad that it's over. But I would like to share with you my whole concert experience. I had meet and greet. I purchased the gold package, which I worked for. Like I work about 30 to 40 hours a week at my job sometimes, so I get paid not that great of money, but I save up and stuff like that for these kind of things. So I'm no way rich or anything like that. I just like to save up my money for concerts, and that's really the only thing I really spend it on. So yeah, so we decided to stay in Nashville for 3 days. Well, technically it was 2 because we came up on Sunday and then we stayed the night there that night, and then had the concert Monday, and then we came back on Tuesday. And it was really fun. The night before, we ended up not like walking around town and like trying to look for Shawn. I really wanted to do that, but we ended up doing something else besides that. We actually ended up doing an escape room, which was really fun. I recommend doing one of those because we had a great time doing it. But yeah, so Monday finally rolled around, and we got up about 8 o'clock in the morning probably, and we went and had breakfast at our hotel, and then we both got ready. I went with my friend Bridget, and she's normally my concert buddy. But yeah, we got ready and got all that done about like 10:30. I had her basically help me with my makeup and stuff like that, because I don't normally wear makeup, only for like special occasions like this one. This was a special occasion. But after we got ready, we ended up going to eat lunch, and we basically just stopped at a sandwich place near the hotel, and then after that we ended up leaving to go to the arena, and that was at about 12 o'clock. We got there and we parked at this one parking lot, but it ended up not letting us park for the time that we needed to, so we had to go in and find a different parking lot to park at. And actually that was even a lot better that we did that, because we ended up not having to pay for parking, which was unusual. Because we put in the ticket that it gave us for the parking garage, and it gave us a receipt, and it said that we paid $0 and nothing happened. So we were like, okay, whatever. But after we parked, we ended up finding where we needed to be pretty quickly. This was at the Bridgestone Arena, and I have been there for quite a few concerts. It's like 3.5 hours away from where I live, so it's not too bad of a drive. And so we ended up waiting in line there for about 3 hours, I think, which I actually wasn't thinking that we were going to be waiting that long outside. And let me tell you, wear sunscreen if you're going to be waiting outside for that long, because my face at the end of the day was red, and it probably still is red from from waiting outside, so I'm sorry if my face is still red in this video. But yeah, we ended up waiting there for about 3 hours, and then I ended up meeting my friend Anna, who I was in a group chat with online. So we actually basically met through Shawn, because we were both going to this concert, and met on Twitter, and now we've just been talking since then, which was really cool. She's really nice, and I'm sure you've probably seen her around. And then the time basically came for them to open the doors, and of course, right when they opened the doors, they decided to tell us that we can't bring in a big bag, which my friend had. I basically had like a fanny pack, which was definitely the best gift my brother could have gotten me for Christmas. And so I suggest bringing a really small bag to your venue, because my friend had to go take hers back to the car before we could go in. So, but thankfully the line hadn't even moved before she took it back and then came back to get in line with me again. But yeah, that was really annoying that she couldn't take that bag in, and they just happened to tell us 5 minutes before like the doors opened. So that was fun. It was really frustrating, but yeah, so I suggest bringing a smaller bag, because they'll probably make you take it back. Or if you do have a bigger bag, make sure it has just like one strap on it, because apparently that's okay other than 2 straps. I don't know why, but whatever. So yeah, they finally let us in, and we had to get everything scanned, like our confirmation number and our ID and all that, and get our stuff. And they also give you a lanyard for the VIP, and it just says Shawn Mendes Illuminate World Tour VIP. Same thing on the back, which I'm surprised they didn't have like tour dates on the back, because most of the other lanyards I've gotten had that. Laminates, lanyards, same thing. And then after we got checked in and went through security and all that, they basically lined us all up in this other line in the venue. Like, we just walked in, and they had a curtain set up that we had to wait behind. So platinum was in front, and then it was gold, and then silver basically had their own line. And of course, again, I was gold VIP, which basically gold, you get everything that platinum does except for the Taylor guitar, which I was fine with. And so we waited there for about 30 to 40 minutes, because Shawn was sound checking during the time that we were waiting in line, which we could hear him sound checking, and that was really cool. And during the time when we were waiting in line, we were singing songs like There's Nothing Holding Me Back and stuff like that, which was really fun. Not sure if he heard us, but he probably did, so that's cool. Yeah, so they finally started letting people in to go to the museum and the meet and greet, and they did groups of 10, which was fun. This was actually really organized, which I'm glad. Like, for the most part, it was really organized, and some other concerts I've been to haven't really been that organized, so this was definitely a better experience than some of those. So yeah, we waited a little bit more in line to finally go in and meet him, and I assumed that the museum was going to be a lot longer than it was, but you know, it's fine. Like, it was pretty short, but it was still kind of weird seeing like his clothes and stuff like in a box and all that, but I thought the coolest thing in there were his guitars lined up on the wall. And then after going through that, you basically wait next to one of the security guards, and then he tells you when you can go in and meet Shawn and all this. And so it finally became my turn because my friend decided to let me go first before her. And so I got in there, and like, oh my gosh, I feel like I blanked out on everything because I hadn't really planned out what I was gonna say, because I knew I was gonna like forget it mainly when I walked in there. So so yeah, I walked in, and he was like right there, and I was like, hello. Actually, he said hi first, and I was like, hello. Because I am only 5 foot, and he is like 6'2", so I am so short compared to him. But it was all good. The bad thing was I couldn't remember if I like hugged him or anything. I think I did. I think I gave him like a side hug, because that's kind of what he went for. But I want to say that was like the hug that I did, but I can't really remember. And then he's basically, after that, he started going for like the pose already, and I was like, he started just doing for like the simple, oh, you know, pose across your back like this. And I was like, oh wait, no, can we do like the hand holding pose where, you know, we're like this? And he was like, oh yeah, sure, of course. And I was like, ooh, thank you. And then I looked over at the camera like for like a split second, and I was like, oh, please make sure I smiled for that picture. But I do remember the camera being there. I don't remember like there being another person in there actually taking the photo. And I actually can't remember if I looked Shawn in the eye or not. I think I did the first time I walked in and like looked at him. But after that, I can't remember if I did it or not. I'm like, please help me. And hopefully I did look him in the eye. But afterwards, I like asked him if we could like maybe do a group photo with my friend, and he said that, well, it's like one individual photo per person, which was fine. I wasn't really upset that he couldn't do that for us, because I was just like, the worst he could do is say no, which he did, but it was fine, no big deal, because we both wanted our individual photo anyway. So then after that, I walked out and got my fanny pack, and then my friend walked in, and it was the funniest thing because I could hear her outside the curtain, because it's just like a curtain. So she just said hi really loud to him, and I was like, oh my gosh. She didn't realize how loud she was being until she got in there. But it was fine. She got her picture, and then she came out, and we basically went into the Q&A room, which at first we were a little confused at where to go, because like they said to go straight, and then there was like no one else in front of us, and so we were like, which way do we go? And so finally these two girls kind of caught up with us, and we basically found where to go. And we were actually really close in the Q&A. We were like probably fourth row, if there were rows, or we were kind of all in a circle like this. And well, not really a circle, it was like around like that, if you know what I mean. Hopefully. But yeah, so we all sat down in there, and they kept having us scoot up closer and more into each other, because we had to fit about 300 something people in there. And so we had to wait for about another 30 to 40 minutes before Shawn came in, because he had to get through all the meet and greets and stuff, and which was fine. We just sat there and talked and all this, and And basically one of my friends, Anna, came up with singing Patience for him when he walked in, and so another girl got it all started for us, and when he walked in, we did end up singing Patience for him, and it was great. I actually did not get my question that I wanted to ask him answered. The girl behind me ended up getting hers answered, which basically normally happens to me at Q&As. It's always like the person in front of me or the person behind me that gets their question answered, but it's no big deal. The Q&A was so worth it anyways, even if you don't get your question answered. Like, I mean, yes, the meet and greet went by really fast, but even that with the Q&A was definitely worth the experience. So after the Q&A ended, we all went and got like merchandise and stuff like that, which I'm wearing the merchandise right now. You can see it. And it just has like the guitar on the back. And this is really the only thing I bought. I just really wanted a t-shirt, and that was pretty much it. I almost bought a bracelet, but I don't really wear bracelets that often, so. And then we went and got food because we couldn't like leave the arena and then come back for some reason, and which was fine. We didn't have very much longer for the doors to open to where we could go find our seats anyway. And we were really close to the B stage in the arena. Like, for me, it was really hard to see Shawn and Charlie and all them on stage, on the actual stage, because I'm so short. And this time we were kind of in the middle. Well, we weren't in the middle, but we were two places from like the very end of the seating. So, and we had like really tall people in front of us, and that was a really a struggle for me to see half the time, because I had to keep trying to move to where I could see through people. But it was still really fun, and I ended up getting a really good spot for B stage, actually. We had security telling us to go back to our seats. Like, I had 2 security guards tell me to go back to my seat like twice, and I was like, haha, nope, I'm not doing that. And because like everybody else was just standing there, and security guards kind of actually helped me out a little bit, because they told these people to go back to their seat, and so they moved, and I basically weaved my way to the front, which was really good because I'm short. And so yeah, I was basically the front in the barricade. The only bad thing about being in the very front for the B stage is that I had people using me as an armrest and a headrest for their arm whenever Shawn was coming closer to us, and so that was a bit uncomfortable, and I had like people pushing me into like the barricade and stuff. But I mean, I kind of expected it to be like that. I just didn't expect people to use me as an armrest, which was, I was like, okay, you can get your arm off me now. But it was so good because I got a really good video for Roses, and I was kind of on the wrong side because he had his back to us for like Life of the Party and Castle on the Hill and like 3 Empty Words and Patience. But it was still really cool to be that close to him in the actual show and stuff. And so I suggest, if you want to get close for B stage, ignore the security if you can. Just try to go for it. They can't make everybody move back to their seats, so just try your best to get up there. I did, and it worked out. And my friend actually didn't end up following me up there like I thought she would. But that's okay. She said she could still see from where she was. And then I ended up being by my other friend who ended up coming to the show, so that was cool. And we ended up laughing to each other because, like, during Roses, he dropped the microphone and we were like right in front of him when he was doing it, when he did that. His face was priceless during that. But anyways, after that, went back to our seats, and you know, he did the rest of the set list. And Never Be Alone was really good. Like, he ended up telling us to sing it again because like the crowd sounded so good together, and it was just great. And yeah, so basically after that, you know, the concert ended, and we ended up I ended up finding my friends that came there, and like meet and greet pictures had been posted during the time of the concert, and so I like looked ours up and found that I actually did smile for the picture, and I was like, thank the Lord, I actually did smile. And I was really worried that I didn't smile for the picture, or I didn't look good for like the picture, but it turned out okay. And another thing that I forgot to mention is that you do get these posters that Shawn signed, and I will end up getting this one framed because I don't want it to get all wrinkly. And yeah, so it was just overall a really good experience. Even though I couldn't see for some of it, I'm still really glad that I went, and I got to experience like the B stage, and got to do meet and greet, because normally I don't do meet and greet, I just get like Q&A and stuff like that. So this was really cool, and I also got to meet some Twitter friends that I made, and like this is definitely an experience that I won't be forgetting anytime soon. So yeah, that's basically I think everything that I had to put out there to you guys. So if you want to see more videos like this, just be sure to subscribe, and I will see you in the next concert experience video. Bye.
You hit me up and say that this is the same old story. Your friends should take your phone away. Now I need someone to bring me back to life. Sing it out!